everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kelly and today I want to talk to you about my first month of project panning. I did theme my March what's in my makeup bag as a project pan, and I have all those products pulled here. I have some thoughts on it. It has led to some other thoughts to future videos, so I have quite a few things to say about project panning. If you're curious as to how my first month actually did go ahead, hit the like button, make sure that you're subscribed. Let's jump right into the video. Okay, really quick, I want to say that I have not ruled out project panning for an entire year. I think I might do a longer project pan at some point, but right now I did want to try to use up a couple products. And I think by the end of the video, I'm going to decide if I'm going to do it again soon. I need to talk verbally. So let's turn the camera on and have a conversation, right? So I have everything pulled out that I did pull from my March makeup bag. So I'm going to go through those really quick. And I have a couple extra products sitting here that I do have some thoughts on that project panning has kind of opened my eyes to. So the first thing I have is the Soap & Glory One Heck of a Blot Primer. I wasn't expecting to pan this, but I did get some extra use out of it. I have a ton of primers, and this was pretty much new when I pulled it. So this is still a really great primer. It's going back in the primer drawer, and that one is not leaving my collection. I also had pulled the NYX Mineral Stick Foundation. I have mine in the shade 03 Light, and I did hit pan on this. It does not come up anymore, and I didn't really want to dig. I mean, I could have digged, but I didn't want to. I used it until I can't turn it up anymore without scraping on my face, so I did pan this. I was super excited about it. It's always really exciting when I pan a foundation, when I decide I've had enough of this foundation, we're moving on, and say thank you and move past. The next thing I pulled was the LA Girl Pro Concealer. I have mine in this shade Porcelain. I don't remember when I got this. I don't remember if it was not that long ago. I feel like it wasn't that long ago, but I applied it and it was okay. I didn't remember how I could get it to work, and so I had to play around with trying to get it to work, and I couldn't get it to work. So I'm moving on. It's a very cheap concealer. I'm gonna move on from this. I'm gonna throw it away. I don't know if it's gone bad or it just doesn't work for me, but I'm moving past this one. The next thing I want to talk about is the Maybelline Total Temptation Brow Definer. I have mine in the shade Soft Brown. I did pan this. I can't turn it up. It's down there, but this pencil is used up. I would purchase this again. I really love the diamond shape on it, and it got lost in my collection, and I'm so glad I found it again. I'm so glad I pulled it out again because I really did enjoy the diamond shape. It was very unique, but it was very quick and easy to do my brows. So I definitely am going to miss this one, and I'm going to try to get through a couple other brow products. I might be repurchasing this sooner than later. Another thing that I did go through was some sample size of the MAC False Lashes in Extreme Black. Those go through really quick, so that one is gone, all used up. I also pulled the NYX Tango with Bronzer Powder, which it's listed as a bronzer, but it really does look like a highlighter, but I don't like it. It's chunky. Like, it's super powdery. It's kicking up. I'm gonna give this to my kids to play with. Not my favorite. I'm glad I pulled it, so it's out of my collection. It's on its way out. It's gonna find a new home. The other thing that I pulled was the Pure Epic Illusion Contour palette. In this one, I had hit a little bit of blush pan, and I hit pan on 3 pans in here, and you can see the ripples. I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to see them, but you can see the ripples on these 2 over here. This one, for whatever reason, I'm not hitting pan on. It's very powdery. I do have this bronzer on as well as the blush and the highlighter over here. The highlighter is not that great. It's super powdery, but I love the blush. I love the blush, and I love the bronzer. If I could get these 2 in singles, I absolutely would. They're very, very pretty. The only thing as I was using this, I am happy that it's going because my bronzer brush is quite big, so I did have to go in here very carefully. And same with my blush brush. It's fairly big, and I was always picking up extra, but this palette is powdery. You barely touch your brush in there, and it just everywhere. This thing makes a mess, but I love it. So this one, I'm going to keep using it until the bronzer is gone, I think, and then I'm going to pass it on to my daughters. They'll probably get more play fun out of it because these two shades, I don't really like them. I used them, but I didn't really like them. So I like the bronzer and I like the top blush. This bottom blush I used probably just as much as this blush, but for whatever reason, this one's not as dusty. I don't know why. Different formula on that one for sure, because the other 5 shades are powderies all crazy. I also had pulled in e.l.f. Hydrating Coconut Mist. This is empty. It was very close to being empty. I think it was like 1 or 2 more times and it was gone. And I also pulled the Winky Lux Kitten Palette. I did use this quite a bit. I fell in love with it again. I'm glad I pulled it back out just to get some extra love. I wasn't expecting to hit pan or even come close to hitting pan, but every month I do pull another palette just to re-fall in love with it, see if I still like it or if it needs to go to a new home. So this one's definitely staying. It's going back into my pack. So while I was doing my project panning, I used up a couple products which made me replace those. And because I did decide to just get rid of the LA Girl concealer, I was getting frustrated, I was getting upset, and you shouldn't get upset over makeup. You can't get it to work, it's not for you. There's a million other things out there that will work fine. So I did pull a different concealer. I pulled the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, and the day I used this, I also used the NYX HD eyeshadow base, and one of these two gave me the worst allergic reaction. My eyelids were puffy. I Benadryl for days, so I don't know which one of these did it, but both of them are going in the trash because we're done. I will not be repurchasing these. They're not old. This one is barely been used, and I think I just got this in December, so I know this one's not bad either. So something in this formula does not like me. They're both going in the trash. I did get through a MAC mascara sample, so I pulled another sample out that I had been working on, and this one as well is also dried up, so that one has been panned. So I had to pull another mascara, right? So I was sent a sample of the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara, and I fell in love with it again, and I repurchased this. I hauled this in February, and I don't like it. I think they changed the formula on it. I thought it was being crazy. I thought I didn't know how to do mascara or something with it. And then I had watched somebody else on YouTube said the same thing. They asked if they had reformulated it because they went back to it as well, and they said the same thing. It's not as good. So I'm tossing this. I can't get it to work. It clumps my lashes like crazy, and it's flaky, and it's smudgy. This used to be my favorite, and I'm really mad about it. A lip liner that I'm tossing is the Estee Edit, the Barist Contour Lip Liner, the shade The Buff. I would swatch this for you, but every time I used this, it kept breaking. And I don't know what it is, but I would twist it up and it just snaps off. And that worried me. So because this keeps breaking, I'm going to assume it's just dried out. It's done its lifetime. So this one's getting tossed as well. Because I was testing some new foundations, I did go through all of my primers, and I pulled out the Maybelline Master Prime Blur and Illuminate. I really, really liked this one, but it wasn't working. And I was so mad, and something made me look, and it expired actually in January. So I went, oh, well, then that's why it's not working. So it's not the foundation and the primer fault, because this was my go-to for quite some time. It is almost half gone, so this got used quite a bit, but because this one expired and I got these two at the same time, I am pulling these out of my collection. So all three of these are going in the trash just because this one is expired and I got these at the same time. The expired products freak me out. So these are going in the trash. Oh, I forgot to talk about the foundation. Since I panned that one, I tried to think what foundation was the last one to come into my collection so that I could use that one up before it expires. And I did pull the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation. I have mine in this shade LC1. And this one is pretty close. It's about down to here on it. And I have a question. I need somebody to converse with me. This has the doe foot applicator on it. And while it doesn't bother me to do that, one of my favorite foundations is the Clinique one that has the doe foot, and I love that one. I've repurchased that one. I've used them up I love that one. And so it doesn't bother me with the doe foot, but for whatever reason, this one is changing colors like the last maybe 4 times, so maybe the last week and a half that I've used this, it's changing colors. So this might get thrown in the trash as well. So I'm wondering if, because it gets pumped full of air when you dip back in or just put the doe foot back in there, I'm wondering if it's just been over oxidized or because it's been on my face and then dipped back in. Because when I put this on, it almost immediately turns orange. I have been bronzing the crap out of my neck just to make it look okay, because there's definitely a line, and it's never done that, and I don't know. Is this gone bad? Let me know in the comments. I need to know. Is this gone bad? Do I need to throw this away? I'm not going to use it until somebody answers me, because I feel like this one, it's time to go. I mean, like I said, I've used it quite a bit. It's just under an inch down here. I don't know. Do I keep using this? Do I just move on? Let me know down in the comments. So my thoughts on project panning. This was a lot of fun, and it helped me look a little bit more at what I'm buying and maybe slow down. And I think in the future, I want to do a low buy. I want to try a low buy, I think, because I've got products that are giving me reactions. I've got products that I used and it had expired, and it's bad. Well, this is only 2 months past expiration. I'm glad I found it when I did. I don't have so much makeup behind me that it's like, oh my god, she's using a bunch of expired products. I don't. If I find that they're expired, whether it's dated or they're funky, they just go, you know. Or if I find it's something that just doesn't work for me, I just get rid of it. Or these two, one of them gave me a reaction. I know neither of them are expired, but they're just gonna go. I'm not gonna hang on to products if they don't work for me. Same thing with this powder. It's not working for me. I'm gonna give it away. I'm not one to hang on to products. If they don't work, they don't work. I move them out, and it's not something like, oh, I gotta replace it. I have not bought another corrector. I don't know why I bought these in the first place. I don't know. So that is it for me today. I really enjoyed the project panning, like I keep saying, and I think I want to do one longer, and I definitely want to try a low buy, just because. And then during that low buy, I can really get through some products. I really, really enjoyed this. I hope you guys enjoyed sitting down and just kind of chatting with me today, or listening to me chat. But chat back at me down in the comments section. I would totally love to chat about what makeup you've used up, or what you've thought about what I used up, or whichever. Or anything else you just want to chat about. Go ahead and start a conversation down in the comments section. I'd love it if you gave this video a big thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos that I do. I do uploads every Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern time. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!